This episode is brought to you by olive oil. Not just any olive oil, though. Wise Tree olive oil. This is actually a listener's dad's company of olive oil. Charlie?
Well, first thing I like on the front, Andrew,
Please.
is the little owl emblem.
It's an owl emblem.
It is kind of reminiscent of Lord of the Rings, but in a yummy way.
In a yummy, olive oily way.
So we're delighted because, firstly, we love olive oil, don't we?
We love olive oil.
And secondly,
He hasn't got a plan for secondly.
Well, no, I do actually. Secondly, it feels very fitting because olive oil is actually meant to be the goodest thing for you in the world, Andrew.
Give it a sip. Give it a try. Yeah, this is sent in by Guy. This is Guy's dad. Here's a picture of him as an olive, which I find very charming. It's been featured on James Martin's Saturday Kitchen, I think is what it is, because of the quality of the oil.
It's genuinely delicious.
Let's have a taste.
Thick. In a nice way. You don't want fucking, like, thin olive oil. It's olive water.
That is delicious.
Yummy. You know what? I've been told by a wise man that the only point of food is so you can get more olive oil into you. Like the whole point of eating, basically food is a vessel for olive oil.
So just go straight to the source and listen to this. Listen to this crackhead that Charlie listened to once at a car park. But yes, this is Guy's dad. I'm not actually sure of his name, to be honest. But he loves Greece. He loves Corfu so much that he wanted to make his own olive oil.
Too right.
So we got garlic infused. We've got chili infused. We got truffle infused. Truffle's really kicking off at the moment, isn't it? Truffle pigs.
They're out there.
Word association. But yes, if you want to get some of this fine Investigate adjacent olive oil, this is family olive oil because it's a listener's dad's.
Wise
You
Tree.
can go to the website at www.wisetreeoil.com. Follow them on Instagram at wisetreeoil. And we've got a little discount code for listeners of this Investigates family olive oil, which is Olive to Investigate, which is a code I sent him when I was drunk with you.
Lovely.
Olive to Investigate, which you'll get 10% off on their website
and that's
for olive oil.
Wise Tree, not Stupid Tree, or not even Mediocre Tree. Wise Tree. Learn from this tree.
Now, let's jump into the episode.
It's Henry and Charlie Investigate. They're going to find the truth and tell you straight. They're exploring themselves and the universe. Henry's spoiled, Charlie's even worse. The meaning of life, they're going to find out. So sit back and listen, you big trout. That's enough from me anyway. What the bloody hell? They're investigating today.
Let's all go to the pub. We'll have ourselves some drinks and some grub, said many an Englishman as he slowly guzzled down his life savings and any remaining affection his wife had for him. But the pub isn't just a place for alcoholics to feel less terrible about themselves. You can also sometimes use their toilets if you ask nicely. My top tip, if they say it's only for customers, show them a receipt from a recent purchase at a different shop and say, "You didn't specify I had to be a customer of this place. You didn't specify I had to be a customer of this place." But pubs have a fascinating history, which heavily intertwines political, economic, and social history. It's been a meeting point for all walks of life, and has been at the epicenter of countless seismic historical events, connecting like-minded individuals to share revolutionary ideas. The last conversation I had at a pub was about whether or not I'm gay. So where did pubs come from, and are they really at risk of becoming extinct? What psychological forces are at play that make us love the pub so much? Should we put all the old people in a separate room to stop them talking about their deceased family to strangers? And is it possible to understand British culture and identity without an intimate understanding of the pub? To help me out some of these questions, I'm joined by Charlie Milner, who's not on tap, but is available as a bottle in the fridge. Charlie, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Pubs, Charlie, do we need them?
I really needed this, Andrew.
You needed this podcast about pubs?
No, that's what I said.
A pubcast?
This is a pubcast.
This is a pubcast.
Would you like a pint of truth?
I'll have a side and I'll chase that down with some creative thinking.
And a bit of approval.
A what?
A bit of approval, please. A shot of approval.
Shot of approval from who? Me or the listeners?
My dad, ideally.
Oh.
Finally.
Well, I'm afraid we haven't got that on menu, sir. They stopped serving that in 1999.
When I was 3?
Yep.
Did I start disappointing him then?
Yeah.
I suppose I did.
You did. What did you do when you were 3?
Just began talking.
Began talking?
I began to make talk.
I began to make talk with dad at 3.
I feel that, it started going downhill as soon as I really had all my teeth, I guess.
Why? Because you can gnaw.
I could gnaw, I could bite, and I could...
chew, jump.
I could chew and just think of more complicated ideas about how to be nasty. My dad said that there was a time where I was in the supermarket with Luke, who's the second oldest brother.
Is he Moonpig or not?
This is Luke Moonpig.
Luke Moonpig.
Who he's actually about to leave Moonpig. He's on holiday in Crete at the minute.
Yeah.
And
Olive
Luke
oil.
was crying in Sainsbury's, and apparently I was like, I came around the corner like a kind of little devil boy, and was like, "What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him?" Like Gollum. And my dad said that. Have I told you about how he says that I'm Hannibal Lecter in terms of how annoying I am?
You could talk someone to death.
So anyway, as soon as I began to talk, I became cruel, and
What?
I became cruel.
What did you say to him?
What's wrong with? I was just being horrible. Then I kind of rubbed salt in the wounds of Luke.
All right.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that as soon as I could talk and stop being kind of a sweet baby, my dad stopped liking me.
So pubs are an important part of the British culture, an institution that many of us love. You'd be hard stretched to find a man or woman who hasn't set foot in a pub if they're English.
Almost impossible.
Maybe impossible.
I mean, I guess if you're religious, but even then, you might pop in for like a couple crisps.
What's religion got against the pubs?
I don't think Muslims go to the pub. Surely.
Well, they've got less of a reason to.
But they might pop in.
You don't just have to have beer, Charlie.
You can have J2O.
Coca-Cola.
Which is actually the best drink in the whole pub, in my opinion.
That's a lie.
J2O?
I've never seen you have a J2O in a pub.
It brings up too much memory. But I do think it's delicious. Mango and passion fruit J2O.
Yeah.
Yummy.
I used to love that too.
Andrew, in terms of your opinion of pubs.
Please. Thank you for sharing your opinion of pubs, Charlie.
I need them.
It
I need
was
them all.
really illuminating.
I need all of them. Do you think that it's a good place to meet people?
Meet people?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because you told me a story about, it's obviously strangers, you can have a good time or a bad time with a stranger at the pub.
It's not exactly a bad place to meet people, is it?
It can be a terrible place
Go on.
for a scary stranger.
Yeah.
For those old men that linger.
I like him.
Do you?
I like a fucked pub. I like it
does
to be kind of
entail?
horrible. I want it to be like regulars, a bit like Davy Jones's locker, if I might bring it up again. But
entrails hanging out of the ceiling.
Yeah, barnacles attached to the wall kind of thing. That they've just got a pint of John Smith in their hand, and then they might wander over and say something horrible. And when I like it.
You like it?
I like having horrible conversations. It's not necessarily horrible. I don't like having horrible conversations. That would be insane. But I do like I like a bad rundown pub when the regulars are kind of horrible and everything's a bit horrible.
And are you part of the regulars?
What?
Are they welcoming you?
I'm not a barnacle on a wall.
Right. You come and go as you please.
Yeah.
But do the regulars like you, or do they think that you should leave?
I don't want them to think I should leave.
You want them to accept you for the night?
Yeah. I want to be accepted. I don't want to be forced out of this pub. But yeah, no, I like it when I like people wandering up to a table and saying something crazy. You want an experience there, don't you?
You do want that, but you don't. I mean, the charm of a stranger coming over, it can definitely run out.
Easy to run out
fast.
Yeah. It can run out fast.
And it's hard. Although equally, you can have an absolute. It's two sides of the same coin, Andrew. You can have a blinder with a stranger, or you can have a nightmare with a stranger. Yeah. I actually have a poem about this. May I recite it to you?
Please.
I meet a stranger in the pub. It starts and ends in a second. They hold a bin open. I say thanks. Then that's it for us. We both go off to die. But for a second we were perfect. For a second it was just us. Destined all our lives for this moment. Our moment. Together. Thank you.
They hold a bin open.
Pubs have bins.
I just don't think they...
Pubs have loads of bins.
When do you ever throw anything away at the pub?
Often.
Hold a bin open?
Yeah, in the pub. They got recycling bins in the pub.
I don't think at any point in my pub life has someone held a bin open for me, to be honest.
Basically, pubs are good. Pubs are good.
Which seems like a wonderful time to jump into Thinker's Corner, where we're going to hear from the best and brightest thinkers that have ever lived and ever will live. And this week is no different as we investigate the topic of pubs. So, we've got a thinker in here for you all now, who's going to give us a quote, and it's Charlie.
No, we've got Richard here from Clacton-on-Sea.
Where the recent by-election just happened.
Yes.
Right.
Richard, what are you thinking about what are you thinking about pubs then, Richard? Richard says, can we talk for a minute? And he's
Wait, why are you looking at your hand? He's down there.
Yeah, but I'm reading his quote, aren't I?
No, but Richard says it. We do this every week.
Richard says, can I talk for a second?
That's the whole point.
Richard.
Take it away, Richard.
Can we talk for a second? Yeah, sure. What's up, Richard? I'm really concerned about the rise of reform in Clacton-on-Sea. And I'm thinking that obviously he likes to be in the pub. He gets photographed a lot in the pub. Yeah, no, I've seen those photos, Richard. But it feels like he's kind of posturing as somebody who likes pints. And I actually reckon he likes wine. That is completely fair enough, actually, totally, Richard. I'm a bit concerned about it too, but I'm a bit further removed from the situation. Oh, and by the way, Andrew. Well, yeah, go on, Richard. Nice top, Andrew. Okay. Thank you very much, Richard. That's Richard from Clacton-on-Sea. A bit concerned about the rise in reform, and I think Nigel Farage doesn't actually like pints.
But where do pubs come from? Where do pubs go? Where do pubs come from? Cotton Eye pubs. The origins of the pub, Charlie.
Where the hell we been?
And where the hell are we going? So, the modern British pub developed gradually over almost 2,000 years, rather than appearing as a single invention. Give me an example of a single invention.
The penny farthing.
Under Roman rule... What?
Me.
Under Roman rule, taverns and tabernae provided wine, food, and places to socialise, particularly along roads and in towns. After the Romans left, Anglo-Saxon alehouses emerged, often operating from ordinary homes and providing locally brewed ale, food, and somewhere for communities to meet.
On that point,
Yes.
do you enjoy pubs/shops where it's essentially just someone's house?
Yes.
You stop off at a shop and it's basically a lady's house. Like the grandpa's next door having a bath, and then they've got loads of like Nestle bars in the lounge. Do you know what I mean?
I haven't seen too many of those, to be honest, where I just walk into a living room and the granddad's having a bath and I buy some Nestle bars. Some Nestle bars.
Kind of European choco.
Yeah.
I like it when it feels...
Milka.
There's a... Milka. Delicious.
Yeah.
I like it when it feels as though you're basically in someone's house. There's a pub in Dorset, which is literally a man's house.
What's it called?
Mine, I think.
Yeah, me house.
So I think that I'm all for just kind of the most stripped back version of the pub, which is basically just like...
But can it go too far?
It definitely can go too far if there are children that need to be reared.
Right.
Or if, this house is way too small. There's like 50 men in here and we don't know any of them. But there's just something nice.
But those are the customers, right?
They are, yeah. But
so that's just the pub, really.
I suppose so. At some point,
it's more if you've got like Granny dying in the corner.
Yeah.
The telly's on and it's the news and it's horrible and the children are throwing sticks at it.
And also, I hate, at some point when the number of guests hits a certain level,
in a house or a pub,
in any establishment, then you need to have a proper toilet system, because it's just we really lose the charm of like, oh, everyone come over when they're like.
So your point is, if the number of guests gets to a certain level at any point at any place around the world, then we need to have an adequate toilet system.
Absolutely.
I agree.
No, but you know what I mean? It's horrible. Sometimes when I go,
obviously it's horrible not to be able to go to the toilet properly.
If I'm at a housey or
a pubby. A gardening.
A house party.
A house party.
Say you're at a house party, swooning, having it quite large, actually.
Yeah. Oh,
I need a quick pee.
Sure.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
And
it's a poo.
There's like 40 people trying to do this.
What shit?
Yes, and it's like, ugh.
How have you brought it to
Gordon,
toilets?
Billy.
How are we on poo? How are we on poo?
All I'm saying is there is a charm to
The last thing I said was about Roman tabernas. Now we're on poo.
No, you're on poo. I was on pee.
That's
okay?
true.
I want that in blood.
That is true. I did bring it to poo, but those who say
wonder.
pee.
You're a one shit wonder. Andrew.
Don't use my own joke for the Patreon against me. Unbelievable. Go on.
So look, basically,
it's annoying when you need to go to the toilet and there's a queue.
No.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Fuck me.
It's disastrous, but it's much worse if you're just in some little house. It's like, I want there to be halogen lights. I want a fucking green emergency exit sign. Then I'll queue. I'm not queuing in your corridor to shit.
Yes, it's annoying to go to the toilet regardless of where you are.
But big ups to all the DIY shops that are trying to make it up in the world.
How many toilets per people should there be?
A maximum of...
Maximum? Or minimum? You're saying you need more. We need more toilets, right?
A maximum.
Oh, you... Go on, a maximum. Go on, maximum of what?
A maximum of 5 people per toilet.
Okay, sorry, you're going for the people rather than the toilet. 5 people per toilet?
Is that too many?
For a house party?
Like 8.
So if you have 100 people...
I want 20 toilets.
You want 20 toilets.
I'll settle for a latrine in the garden.
Latrine.
I do not want to be pooing after Gordon.
By the medieval period, alehouses and larger inns and taverns had become established parts of everyday life. Inns catered to travellers with accommodation and stabling for horses, I imagine. They didn't have lots of wonky customers come in. They just had to, balance them off. Oh, we've got another one, Linda. It's more of a visual pun for a podcast.
Well, no, I mean, but it would be a disaster.
What would be a disaster?
If you had loads of wonky men, it'd be
wonky
like,
customers.
hell, what do we even do? You shouldn't even be drinking. You're completely
You need to go to the nearest hospital,
you need
not
to be
this alehouse.
rectified.
Just pop them the right way.
I mean, would you prefer to be emotionally wonky or physically, like, actually have a wonk on?
I'd prefer to be emotionally wonky.
I think I prefer to be physically wonky but mentally sound.
I don't know. I just don't think you've gone through enough physical proper ailments to understand the horror of it. Because I think you probably develop emotional wonk if you had physical wonk.
They go hand in hand.
Hand in hand.
Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm actually really not looking forward to being old.
Neither am I. I'm
telling you, I'm going to deal with it so badly, disastrously.
I don't think I'm going to do well with it.
I don't think either of us are.
No.
I think we're impatient.
Yes.
We want independence, but we also do want help sometimes.
Yes.
But at some point, it's going to be like, we can't even fucking move.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching a medical drama at the moment called The Pit, which is very good, but it's a constant reminder of death.
I don't think it's good to get that. I think 88 for a man is the best age to die.
Yeah.
Because you've seen everyone, you've got your family, you have met your grandkids.
We have already said on a previous podcast what our perfect age to die is.
Well, I want to
and I don't think
88.
we need to redo it 10 minutes into this episode.
We got Ollie in, by the way.
Ollie's in.
Hello.
Ollie, but best age to die.
When do you want to die?
Not now.
I was saying older.
Really? Older? How old?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends. If I'm decrepit and demented, as you say,
then chop me off.
Then chop me off.
Yeah.
100.
Well, you could give me. I might be your power of attorney at one point. That's feasible.
Yeah, it is actually.
So, he's my stepbrother. So I could pull the plug on him, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Is that what power of attorney means?
Yeah. There's actually a reasonable chance I will pull the plug on you. That's quite fun. I might kill him.
But won't he kill you?
Well, maybe.
Yeah, but I'm 2 years older. Maybe it'll be a sort of race to the end.
Race to the end. Who can kill the other one first?
Yeah.
That's fine. I might kill him.
Is that what power of attorney is? You can turn off the machine?
Yeah, if the doctors are saying there's nothing more we can do, he's kind of like brain dead, and they either stay in the coma or you pull the plug.
I thought it was a qualification.
For what?
For being
an attorney?
I thought like a lawyer.
Well, that's what a lawyer is, though. Power of attorney. I hold the power. I hold the power.
But why is I turning the machine off?
Because is that exactly that? It's because I turning the machine off. I've got the power of turning the machine off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, you were there, as you often are. It's just the last step. During the 18th century gin craze, drinking culture expanded dramatically. Doing dramatic expansion. Very good. And government attempts to encourage beer consumption eventually produced the Beer House Act of 1830, triggering the huge beer room boom from which many later pubs developed. Boom! The Victorian period created something much closer to the pub we recognise today. Breweries began building purpose-designed premises with bars, lounges, dining rooms, elaborate woodwork, mirrors, and etched glass, while licensing and architecture increasingly encouraged more controlled and respectable drinking. But yeah, pretty standard stuff. The Romans gave us something lovely. The Anglo-Saxons kind of turned it into a bog and with ale and dirt.
When in pub, Andrew?
Now, what does that mean in reference to what I was saying?
To the pub, Andrew.
The Victorians then tried to ruin it by making it all,
la-di-da.
Fucking la-di-da. And then we've just put tellies everywhere and trying to turn it into a computer.
Let's make this pub into a computer.
That's kind of the classic development of many things in life.
Yeah, I mean everything's going computer ways.
Yeah, but the Victorian to computer. No, the Roman to computer.
Absolutely. And you have to appreciate this is all before AI and any of that nonsense, Andrew.
Well, not the end of what I was saying. That was with AI.
I see.
Right.
So do you think
I was tracing it from the Romans to now. So, now we're turning it into an AI computer.
Yes. Do you think the future of pubs is basically going to be iPint?
Yeah.
Do you think that's literally, will it essentially be like scanning a pint into you?
Yeah.
That is horrific, isn't it?
It is horrific.
I don't think you'll be going to the pub very often.
I wouldn't. Like that. I wouldn't, Charlie.
I think I'll be turned.
I feel like probably it's zenith. In all of that development, the best time I imagine, though, is probably the Anglo-Saxons, like a medieval pub. That's what you want. You want fights.
You do.
You want like duels.
Jousting.
You want some real horrors in there. Because pub, There's studies on the pub that it's kind of like going out for entertainment as well. You see big, you know, you go and see an argument, you go and see a fight, you go and see some drama. It's like public access entertainment.
Yeah.
So the best entertainment I can think of is the medieval pub, where it's just fucking chaos.
Yeah, fighting, loads of fighting just happening.
And then you're not fazed by it, you know.
I mean, the idea of, which I'll never have, of kind of just like slurping your pint while fights go on around you, which you do see
in reality,
in the movies.
We're cowering behind a table.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop this.
The fight, yeah.
Yeah, or like, I'm getting out of it.
2 minutes, there's a fight broken out, what are you going to do?
What the hell are you doing, guys?
That's not going to stop it at all, is
it? Guys, please. Oh my God.
What the hell are you doing?
Guys, I've got to tell you something.
What?
But we got to go now.
Okay, where?
Guys,
let's go.
Guys, we need to, trust me.
Okay, we're with you.
We need to go.
We're with you.
Okay. Oh, I was making it up. Please stop it.
Bang, bang, bang.
I become funched.
And the Charlie's gone. You become funched.
I can't do it! Andrew,
Charlie, yes, please, listen, look.
Is it fair to say, based on your research
and experience,
that essentially what happened is, before the Victorians, you're just getting twatted in a barn? Is it like...
Yeah.
Is it like the most...
hay bales.
Back to fucking basics.
Big forks.
Play-Doh.
Like bones everywhere.
Marrow.
Big tankards. You know. It's
that
like,
sounds pretty good, to be honest.
That's... To spend I think, you know, going back in history, where would you go? Go back in history. I think a medieval pub is a good answer.
For a bit, though. I'm not...
For like a piss
I don't want to leave the pub.
I'd like my stag do to be in a medieval pub.
But being in a medieval village would be hell on earth.
I'm not suggesting we have to live there.
Well, we only sit in the pub. We never leave the medieval
My
pub.
stag do's in the medieval pub. Why would I... I'm not suggesting that I want to live forever in a medieval pub.
Good.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, also, that's basically... The best pubs now, they're not going as far as to literally pretend they're in the Middle Ages, but the best ones are the kind of slightly medieval, like, crookedy little... you know, the kind of wonky little pubs that feels like you're still back in time, Andrew.
Yeah, a kind of a local pub, one that hasn't been commercialized with the forces of modernity, such as computer data and artificial intelligence. But yeah, you want the fucking chaos of the medieval pub. I mean, the best pub experiences I had have been in kind of shitholes where you meet mad people.
Yeah.
I like mad people. They're fun. They're interesting, mad people.
Yeah.
I met a man who turned out to be semi-homeless in a pub a few years ago. We had a very odd conversation, and then we exchanged Facebooks, and he's the man who, to this day, posts every year on my birthday, posts on my Facebook page, Hippo Bath Day, and it's one of the funniest and best things I've ever been a part of. I relish that Hippo Bath Day post. That's my favourite thing about my birthday, is Neil, the man I met, the homeless man I met in a pub 5 years ago, posting Hippo Bath Day.
Is Neil homeless?
I don't know. He was partially homeless. I think he was between houses.
That's lovely of him to remember.
I know.
On the streets. Hippo Bath Day.
I don't think he's put it in his diary. I think it will come up on his Facebook notification.
He must be one of the only people left doing that for you. Like, is there anyone else? No one.
My friends Gran and him are the regulars.
Stalwarts of your wall.
Yeah, my friends Gran and the homeless man I met. Hippo Bath Day.
Hippo Bath Day.
Happy birthday, Andrew.
Andrew Kirkman. Our clip guy thinks he's called Andrew Kirkman.
It's true, and I don't really know how to broach that because I've let it slide for a while, but now he's doing official invoices to me addressed to Andrew Kirkman.
And his estate agent thinks he's called
Andre. So I'm not sure what's happening at the moment. Both of those people, by the way, have to put in my full name for my email address.
Maybe they're doing it as a kind of fuck you.
Yeah, they still call me Andre and Andrew Kirkman. Just quickly, some dates for your calendar. On the 21st of June, it's National Pub Day. On the first Thursday of August, it's National IPA Day. On the first Friday of August, it's International Beer Day. And it's usually around September/October, we've got Cask Ale Week.
Thank you very much.
That's not a problem. Do you know what? I've been so busy and I've had to organise that charity night and everything, and I'm running around like Ned this chicken. Yeah, I'm all right. I've got hospital later, but yeah, I'm all right. Thanks, darling. Thank you. So yeah, I'll advertise it. If you can send me something over, I'll advertise it and we'll start from next week, yeah? All right. Do you know what? I'll get one of the barmaids to do it for you. All right, darling? All right, babe. All right, then. All right. Yeah. Oh, did I spell it wrong? All right, then. That's fine. All right, then. See you later. Bye, bye. Bye. No one wants to do nothing themselves.
It was that, Stacy.
That is the barn. Well, we've got a new DJ. Have I started already?
Yeah, you're good.
I was going to say I've started swearing already. So that is the new DJ stroke karaoke woman that we've got in. We've tried someone new.
Right.
Since well, we've just been since January. We've been quite quiet, so we're doing everything we can to start. We're getting new people.
Like karaoke night.
Yeah,
I love a
sometimes it can
karaoke night.
be really repetitive. Same DJs turn into the same music. Karaoke turns into the same singers with the same songs.
We'll come.
You better come.
Yeah.
After this, you better come. You got me down here. I've got to get you down here.
Absolutely. As long as you got some Michael Bublé, I'll be there.
I do We're Walking in the Air. Do you know We're Walking in the Air?
No, go on.
We're walking in the air.
Oh dear me. Right, well, I'll do a bit of Simply the Best. So we're on different pages here, but yeah.
But anyway, you've heard enough of our thoughts on pubs. We thought it was time to get an expert in. So this is Stacy.
Oh, I don't know about an expert. Hello, everyone. I don't know about an expert.
Thanks for coming, Stacey.
This is Stacy.
I've only been sober for 3 months, so I don't know about expert.
You're a pub landlord, am I right?
No, I'm not. No,
You're not?
I'm not a pub landlord. No.
Right.
No, a lot of people think that, but no, I'm not.
She has the aura of a pub landlord.
You do.
Do I have the aura of it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm doing something right. No, I actually work for a really good friend of mine.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've been I started there when I was 17.
How long have you been at that pub for?
On and off 27 years.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, so we've got a great friendship, me and the boss, and her husband recently passed away a few years ago, and he was amazing. He taught me everything I knew about being a good barmaid, customer service, how to interact with the customers, what customers want, customers come first. And
what do customers want?
What do?
Please.
Well, apart from your number. But
Yes.
No, I'm only joking. What do customers want? You get different ranges of people. So you get like the old boys that come in that, that come in for
bit of company,
a chat. And then you get the Jack the lads that come in and think there's something and think they can pull whatever they like, and all they end up pulling is a muscle.
Nice.
And being carried out with sick down their shirt. And then like you get the girls' nights out that they come out and they just want to have a laugh, and you end up becoming good friends with them, and then end up going out with them. Like they come in as strangers, and all of a sudden they're your mates. Yeah. So we get but customers just want a really down to earth, good night out.
What would you say is the deal with pubs? Like, what is the deal with pubs?
What do you mean? What the deal?
Like, what's it all about? Like, why do people go to the pub?
Why do people go to the pub? I go to the pub to obviously earn money and get drunk. What is the deal with pubs? Go
it's
out
a vague
to see their
question.
mates. I think it brings everyone together.
Community.
Yeah, so we had a really big charity night last night for one of our friends.
Right.
And everyone come out. So I think it is community. It is to see what's going on, to see how everyone is, to catch up on like what's going on in the week. Some people a lot of people come in after work to unwind.
Yeah.
It's just a comfy place, isn't it? It's like you're home from home. A lot of people see it as a home from home if you have that relationship.
How does a beer tap work?
Oh, you pull it.
Oh.
You put the glass under it and you pull it.
Where does it come from?
Comes from the cellar.
And where does it go?
Cotton Eye Pub.
Comes in your gut if you drink it.
Yeah. Wait.
So you've got the cellar downstairs, all the cellar boys, all your kegs, and it's all piped up, lined up. See, I'm not an expert on this. This is the other manager that's the expert on this. And it runs through, it's a really unique system, actually. It's quite clever. I'm still learning about it.
It's like hoses, right?
Pardon?
Hoses, tubes, baby.
Tubes, lines.
Yeah.
So you got the lines running from your taps upstairs. They come through the cellar, down. You got like little cellar boy, and then you've got the tube that you've done me now, haven't you?
No.
That goes onto the keg.
Yeah.
And then it all flushes through.
It just
by
goes
pressure.
through.
Yeah, it's really clever. I might actually show you if you're that interested.
Yeah.
Are there pub plumbers? Is there like a guy who's the plumber for the pub in terms of like, does he
a pub plumber?
A pub plumber,
if you will.
Will he put all the pub beer plumbers together?
No, that didn't really make sense.
Well,
he often doesn't, so you just got to go.
So the pipes. So obviously you have like a set of services that come in and start it all off for you. But our other manager, he does all the lines. He's actually cleaned them this morning. So he detaches all the kegs. He connects it all to like the solution.
Right.
It all runs through. We clean it all once a week. You have to keep on top of that. Yeah. Otherwise you'll ruin your cellar boys and your beers don't taste nice.
Cellar boys?
Yeah,
you got little boys down
like
there.
Little boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't seen none, but I prefer men personally.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm still looking for a man.
I like girls.
So there's like these little plastic things where you got to get the other manager in to do this.
We're not really interested in.
Yeah, you're the manager.
Answers,
you're the manager.
I'm one of the managers.
You feel
I'm
like
the fun one. I'm the fun one.
Is it possible that the kegs?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a massive keg that all the little ones come in, or do they all?
No.
No.
So you get like a big keg of Foster's, a big keg of. They're all individual, separate.
And how easy is it to smash the keg?
Well, they drop from the cellar onto downstairs. So
I'm sorry about
it's
all these
very
questions
hard. It
about
doesn't.
kegs.
I've never seen a keg explode ever.
No.
You can't smash
27
a keg.
years.
Yeah.
they're very
Never.
thick
I think if you
material.
dropped it from a great
They're like,
height
yeah.
out of an airplane, yeah, probably
That'd be
will.
That's
but
true.
they're very durable. They get thrown around, and like I said, they have to be dropped into cellars. They are on a crush mat,
Yeah.
Right.
but you miss that, which I've seen that happen before. They don't explode. They're very, very durable.
I love your pub.
My pub.
Yeah, we'd be.
Yeah,
We always
the
go at
salmon
lunch,
is
don't we?
We go
absolutely
there for lunchtime.
fantastic.
We go there for
It
lunch.
is.
Lovely
beer.
paint on it.
Lovely paint.
Lovely paint.
It's grey, babe.
Is it?
It's only
It's
grey.
Lovely grey paint.
It's
you've
green,
got
isn't
there.
it?
I thought it from
The
the outside.
outside's
Outside's
green.
green.
The
Outside,
outside's
yeah.
green.
It is a lovely green
yeah.
pub.
So obviously
greenest
the
pub in the
owner,
world.
she's full blown Paddy. So
Oh,
yeah, it was
it's
green. But
got
it was always
Irish
green.
in
But
there.
yeah, full blown Paddy.
He's
Yeah.
Paddy.
I'm half
Andrew.
Paddy.
Are you half Paddy?
Half Paddy. Not really. Though,
And her
you know.
husband was Welsh.
Oh God.
Her husband was Welsh.
What a mix.
Yeah, it was a great mix. I tell you that was an absolute force of nature. Them two, they were amazing.
But they're no longer together.
No, my
Of course.
husband died
Of course,
a few,
of
but
course.
yeah, he was amazing. He taught me
Yeah.
everything I knew, and it's not the same without him there. It definitely isn't. But we're getting on all right. He gave us the tools to carry on.
Carrying on
So,
the mantle.
Yeah,
And
Is it-
finally, if you could describe pubs in one word, what word would you use?
absolutely fucking amazing.
Absolutely
there's
fucking
no one
amazing.
word. There's no. It's amazing. They're
Perfect.
great.
Thank you very much, Stacey. Would you like to plug your pub?
Right, we're on the corner of Bethnal Green Station. As soon as you come out Bethnal Green Station, you're right there, the big green pub. You've got to come
Greenest
there. It's
pub ever.
amazing.
What's it called?
We got salmon and bowl. We do
Salmon and
karaoke. We started to do quiz nights. We started our first one yesterday, and it went really well. So definitely be doing that. But just come in for a drink. Might do speed dating. You've given me a little what's it
do
called?
it.
You've
We'll
given
run
me-
it.
Yeah, you run it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
See you
there we
there.
go. Let's get that done.
There you go.
Speed dating in the salmon and bowl. Watch
See
this
you all
space.
there.
See you at the Salmon and Bowl.
See you at Salmon Bar. Right, thank you very much,
Thank you very
Stacey.
much,
Thank you. Thank you.
But you heard me mention the Beer House Act of 1830 after, and I didn't go into it in enough detail. And for that, I can only apologise.
It's not fucking good enough.
So let's do it now. In the 18th century, Britain experienced a major drinking crisis known as the gin craze. Charlie, show me a man with a gin craze.
I'm thirsty, Nat.
Make it specific to gin.
Ginny.
When cheap gin became so widespread that excessive drinking was seen as a serious problem. In an unusual attempt to tackle this, the government passed the Beer House Act of 1830, making it much easier for ordinary people to get a license to sell beer. Charlie, do a James Bond, but he's got a license to sell beer.
License to pint.
Fuck me. Because beer was considered a safer alternative to gin. Instead of simply reducing drinking, however, the law triggered a huge pub boom.
Have you got any money, Penny? I really, really want a J2O.
What?
That's James Bond in the pub, but he really wants to drink.
We left that behind.
I thought of it after. I thought that's too good to lose, Andrew. That's too funny.
Okay, say it again.
Have you got
Down
any,
the barrel.
Have you got any money, Penny? I really, really want a J2O.
Nothing to do with beer or gin.
Well-
The law triggered a huge pub boom. Do a huge pub boom.
Pints!
With tens of thousands of new beer houses opening across Britain. Many of the pubs we recognise today have their origins in this explosion of beer houses, particularly those that developed into larger Victorian pubs. This also helps explain why so many traditional British pubs have surprisingly grand, posh interiors, with ornate woodwork, stained glass, mirrors, tiled walls, and polished brass. Victorian breweries deliberately invested heavily in making pubs attractive and respectable, using impressive decor to attract customers and encourage people to spend longer inside.
Now, I do like the Victorian big fat grand pubs when you feel like you're on the Titanic, right?
Yeah.
But I also think that there's a massive space. I think you're kind of following on what you were saying earlier. Little old man pubs that are just a bit fucked. One that springs to mind is the Army and Navy. Have you been to the Army and Navy?
No, don't think so.
It's basically an old man boozer pub that has been kind of colonised by and gentrified in a way that is quite annoying, I imagine, for the regulars. But it is an absolute. It is a a lovely little spot, Andrew.
Right. We're at risk again of turning into a tourist travel podcast where we're just recommending spots. But
like,
yeah.
As in like old man pub. I think if I'm one of the old men in the old men pubs,
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck all of you. Fuck off.
Yeah, agreed.
What the fuck are you doing?
It's my regular get out of here.
But actually going into an old man pub, it was quite the treat. Please continue, Andrew.
Well, after that cutting analysis of the Beer House Act of 1830, I think we need our irony bell back. The irony bell's there because what an ironic piece of legislation. Let's stop everyone drinking. Oh no, everyone's drinking more. But it is better in some ways because it's beer rather than gin.
Yeah, I think...
Do you understand what this was? Because you looked incredibly confused.
I'll be honest, no.
So there was a gin craze.
Yeah.
So in order to stop people drinking so much gin, they made it easier for people to sell beer. So people would move from gin to beer, but then that caused a massive explosion of pubs. And that's why we've got so many pubs nowadays, because it was legislation intended to stop people drinking gin.
Oh,
and
no,
now
they love beer.
Now we got loads of beer hounds around.
I mean, it's interesting seeing how different people are on different
do you get affected by different drinks?
I imagine I do. It's not particular. I just get sleepy full stop on anything.
Yeah, I'm starting to get sleepy on stuff.
My friends would just leave me. They'd take all of my stuff off me and just leave
They'd rob you.
No, well, they kind of protect me from myself because I would fall asleep in the street or on some grass, and then
what would they take?
My phone, my keys,
and leave you in the grass,
essentially like naked.
Right.
Because it means that I'm unrobbable. I mean, I am. You could sexually assault me, I guess, but you can't assault my money.
That's true. And you're nothing without your money.
Or frape me. You can rape me, but you can't frape me, basically.
That's true.
That's true. I don't really notice a massive difference between like spirits and wine and stuff, but I'm sure. I think the people who really notice the difference are the fighty drunks.
Yeah.
I think that's when it comes out. It's like you can people who get mean maybe can get different variations of mean from different spirits.
But yeah, gin craze. I think I've been in a gin craze before. One of my first experiences of drinking was gin with my friend Patrick.
Is he alive still?
No.
Really?
Yep. No, he's not alive.
How?
Killed himself.
But because of you?
Because of me. Oh my God.
That's horrific. Sorry.
But yeah, no, we had a bit of a we went to his house and we would drink. We were doing shots of different alcohol, and then we were chasing it down with water. And then one time he gave me a glass of water, but it was gin, and then I obviously threw up everywhere for a very long time.
Was he spiking you?
That was it was a gentle spike, but it was on the verge of a spike. So that's the only gin craze I've been in, and sadly, he's no longer with us. So maybe the Beer House Act of 1830 is a great thing. We were very good friends for a bit, and then we kind of dwindled, and then I found out. So
that's horrific. Is he the one that you laughed at when you found out he died?
I didn't laugh at him. I let out a laugh because traumatic events can sometimes elicit a laugh in me.
Right. So if I died, what was the example that we had for me? It's like if I died,
I would laugh if you died this point.
I'd haunt you
for a second.
Ever.
I know. But there you go. A darker end to the Beer House Act of 1830, but an important act nonetheless.
Do an impression of beer house music, please.
I knew you were looking for an opportunity to do a silent thing, and you set it up on purpose, and I'm not allowing it. But let's talk about toilets and gay people.
Let's talk about toilets for once, Andrew.
Right. Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer published a study in 2010 about men's toilets in Manchester.
God.
You believe your own fucking nonsense a lot, don't you? Jeffrey Dahmer.
That sounds horrific.
Oh, no. What sounds horrific?
Jeffrey Dahmer's toilet guide.
Jeffrey Dahmer's Manchester toilet guide is the best place to find a gay man and kill
eat him in the loo.
Eat him in the loo. Worst place to eat a man?
Church.
Dharam Jayasingham's 2010 study of men's public toilets in Manchester found that toilets had increasingly been redesigned from secluded spaces into much more open, visible ones, with layouts and sightlines altered to reduce opportunities for men to have sex with other men. This is particularly ironic because many of these toilets were products of Victorian Britain's desire to provide privacy and respectable public facilities, yet that very privacy subsequently made them useful for cottaging, men meeting other men for sex in public toilets. Jessingham argues that instead of simply policing the people using them, authorities increasingly changed the physical buildings themselves, removing secluded areas and making spaces easier to observe and supervise.
I mean, I'm not really about this.
Now, Is this why there's always fucking gaps in the pub toilets? Because fuck those gaps.
What gaps?
You know, in the door.
Oh, at the bottom of the door.
In the bottom of the door and the top, where it's like, oh no, we're just not connecting doors to walls.
Horrific.
We're just ridiculous. We're just not we're not connecting doors to walls because we need. I suppose it comes from these laws to make sure that people aren't fucking in there.
I guess it's
Which fuck that. I'm allowed to do what I want. If I want to suck a knob in a pub toilet, I think that's my right as an English citizen.
Is that
Yep.
fair?
Yep. I would privacy
seat?
over this kind of this fascist way to stop us having gay sex in toilets.
Let me suck knob in spoons.
Let me suck knob in spoons, and let me have a fucking genuine door in a toilet. I don't want people looking at my legs, because people do. People get on their hands and knees and they look at my feet.
And they go over.
And they can go over. I've had people go over.
There was a game at my school, and I hate to say it, but it was called poo time. And basically, you'd find out someone was having you'd find out someone was having a poo. I didn't champion this, nor did I.
And you'd throw wet toilet
paper
did you know about
over.
that? I think everyone did that.
Well,
we didn't call it poo time.
It wasn't a very creative name, but it did what it says on the toilet.
But yeah, I'm an advocate of going back to the Victorian private spaces so we can do horrible things in there. Pooing's horrible. What's the difference between pooing and a blowjob? Your thoughts?
You don't poo out of your knob.
Fuck me. But once again, the Victorians have tried to keep our erections down and they failed. You fail once again, Victorians. You're never going to keep our knobs down.
Not in a million years, Andrew. My boner will never die. What is the difference between cottaging and like mansioning?
Housing.
Yeah, what is it?
Or flatting.
Or
I don't know where the word comes from. Ollie, could you look up where cottaging comes from?
I guess the cottage is the bum.
Yeah. And what's the flat?
The flat, the prostate.
The semi-detached.
My knob.
just yours.
Just mine.
My knob. Fuck me. Cottaging, in British slang, cottaging refers to the act of, the term originated because older, standalone public toilet blocks in parks and streets often look like small country cottages. There you go. So the Victorians then made it, well, not the Victorians, they made those, but then in order to curb public sex acts, they then moved it from cottages to like fucking, I don't know, fences.
Andrew, the only way to combat the scourge of cottaging in the United
Kingdom
is by what you need to do is make the toilet talk. I've shown you. You may have forgotten this because your memory is lacking. But I've shown you the Virgin Trains toilet where the toilet very uncomfortably talks to you while you're doing it. It goes, I used to be a public toilet. Best believe I've got a good promotion.
I honestly don't believe that exists.
I literally showed you a video of it, and I'll find it. What I'll do is I'll find it and put it in. I swear by this. There is the toilet kind of talks to you and narrates its life cycle.
Yep.
And what you need is a toilet to be like,
stop doing that.
That's beyond that. That is fucking disgusting. What would your wife say?
And turn me on. But there's lots of pubs also have names, don't they? And we've got some wonderful pub names up and down the country.
Anyway, yeah.
Such as, Andrew.
Carry on.
British pub names are basically a living record of British history, and in some cases, a form of old-fashioned propaganda. In medieval Britain, when literacy was low, but enough about Charlie, pubs and inns used pictures and objects rather than words so that customers could recognise them. A bell, a plough, a crown, or a horse. Very charmingly, as a young boy, we would go to the plough, and when I couldn't quite read,
your mum would get ploughed straight after.
That is so out of order.
David.
That is, I cannot believe you've interrupted the rhythm of that joke to make a banging my mum sex joke. Unbelievable. Very charmingly, as a young boy, we would go to the plough as our semi-local, and I would call it the plodge.
And then your mum would get plodged as soon as you went back at your house.
As literacy increased, the pictures remained, but the names increasingly reflected royalty, politics, religion, battles, and famous people. The White Hart was the personal badge of Richard II. The Royal Oak commemorates the story of Charles II hiding in an oak tree after the Battle of Worcester. Or is it Worcester or War?
Worcester.
It is Worcester,
It's
right?
Worcester.
Because it's Worcester. Yeah. Anyway.
Whose cricket ground is actually flooded.
Boring facts. The King's Head, King's Arms and Crown were straightforward expressions of loyalty to the monarchy, and the Rose and Crown is traditionally associated with the union of the rival houses of Lancaster and York after the War of the Roses. So a pub sign that today looks like a quaint decoration was originally doing something much more practical, telling an often illiterate population this is the pub, while simultaneously advertising its political loyalties, local history, royal connections, or even what sort of entertainment you could expect inside.
So visual learning. It's basically everything's in wingdings back in the day.
Yeah.
And I imagine that we would be a kind of people if now we had a bit more wingdings.
But on that vein, let's hear some of the really silly pub names across England.
Let's put some silly music on this one.
We've got the Bucket of Blood.
I bled out my foot yesterday. I stood on glass.
The Nobody Inn.
In many ways, you start as nobody, and ideally you finish as
The eel's foot.
Eels all go and mate in the Sargasso Sea, and no one's seen it.
True. The goat and tricycle.
Goats can't ride bikes, but they can ride trikes.
The case is altered.
My dad was a lawyer. He's now retired.
My father's moustache.
My dad has the darkest part of his body is his knob.
But now into some current affairs, where we'll check in with what's actually going on in the world immediately around us. So there's a big argument going on in Westminster, which is the standing argument. In August 2026, Westminster Council proposed discouraging vertical drinking in Soho and the West End, meaning pubs would be encouraged to provide more seating and, in some cases, use table service rather than having large numbers of people standing at the bar. The council argues that standing crowds contribute to public drunkenness, noise, overcrowded pavements, and antisocial behaviour in busy nightlife areas. Pub owners and critics, however, argue that standing is a normal part of British pub culture and allows pubs to accommodate more customers, socialise more freely, and remain financially viable. The proposal therefore became a wider argument about whether authorities should regulate how people drink in pubs in order to reduce disorder.
Now, I actually prefer drinking standing up.
Interesting.
I think sitting down, there is more likely...
It's because you're a sleepy drunk.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's also slightly more depressing to sit down. I think if you're like, you kind of you can melt into the chair a little bit more. If you're kind of on your knees in any way, sitting down drinking kind of fucks me a bit more.
I see why they want to push everyone in. I like it in some ways. I want to sit. But at the end of the day, get your mitts of our pubs, you dirty politicians.
Do you think there's a way that we could hybrid sitting and standing?
It's like a squat.
Squatting. Like kind of like how in Eastern countries, they will go to make the toilet. Like that, having a pint like that, is there something in that?
How long do you think you can squat there for?
I think for the whole day.
All right, well, let's see how long you can last for this bit. Okay, now it's time to pour our way into Patreon Valley.
Keggy.
The valley is overflown with lovely pubs.
Who the fuck's here?
Who the fuck's here?
Who are all these lot?
What do you mean these lot?
Oh, they're in the Patreon Valley. Sorry, I thought that we'd like opened it up to the. It was like I thought it was like beer fest in here. Like,
are you losing blood to your head because of the squatting?
No, quite the opposite.
It's like Oktoberfest in Patreon Valley. We've got milkmaids running around.
Tits.
we got tits. We got beers. We got glasses. We got taps. We got kegs. It's all lovely. It's like a street party. It's like the Queen's just died and/or become a king.
Oh no, but Andrew, the card machines are broken.
So everyone's having to pay by cash, and as we know nowadays, many people don't have cash on them. So difficult for the vendors to get that sorted. But as ever, we're going to take some questions from the Patreon Valley. You can subscribe to the Patreon for an extra episode every week.
And a free pint.
For as little as £3 a month. I've also been instructed to say that can you please follow us on Spotify? Apparently we've got one of the starkest contrasts between views and followers that's possible.
Who said that?
It doesn't matter.
I saw that on our stats,
Spotify
actually.
lady. But yeah, please follow us on everything.
Fucking follow us, guys.
Because apparently it's very, the difference is stark. But you know, at the end of the day, do what you want to do.
Okay, I'm done with squatting, by the way. I can't do it anymore.
Oh, that was pretty quick. All day, he said. And now we have a question for Jamie Cries a ton. Someone check him. Have you ever been barred from a pub? And if so, why? I haven't been barred from a pub, but I've been barred from a pub for a day.
Where?
In Whitechapel, the best pub in the world, actually, that I always talk about, the Half Moon. It's not called the best pub in the world. It's the cheapest pub in London. Well, I talk about a lot. That's great. We've been there.
The Spoons.
Yeah, the Spoons.
Lovely.
We've been there.
Good wings. But
I was there with my friends, and one of them is Muslim, so wasn't drinking. And we were outside. It was like, I think it was like Saturday at like 4 p.m. And then one of the guys came up, and I had beers, he didn't. And then he said he asked for our IDs in a pub garden of Spoons. And so I gave him mine, and then everyone else who was drinking gave him the ID. And my mate who wasn't drinking didn't have his ID. And I went, sorry, you're not able to drink alcohol if you all don't have IDs. And I was like,
that's not the rule.
He's 26. He's not drinking. What is the problem here?
There's no rule there, surely.
No, it was like Jobsworth, weird, strange vibes from him.
Islamophobic.
No, I don't. Maybe not that, but just aggressive rule following. And then we had this thing, and then he was like leaving and said something, and often what gets me in trouble is what happened when I got punched in the face. Is my just fuck off. It slips out. A fuck off slips out. He just turned to me and went, what? And I was just, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, sorry. And he went, nah. And we got kicked out, and he went, you're not coming back
for the day.
Well, he said you're not coming back, and I was like, please let me come back. Well, then I then went back. The next time I went back, I kind of looked around and it was all fine.
Did you change your voice at all?
I did. I went, oh, hello, I love by the bee. Which actually drew more attention to me than not. But there you go. I was barred for a day, but in many ways I was standing up for
your rights.
Sense.
Yeah.
And for religious freedom.
I mean, true Jobsworthness. Do the Jobsworth guys lament Jobsworthness, or do they? Because you know how everyone's like, fuck Jobsworths.
Yeah.
Are the people who are Jobsworths, do they kind of
fuck people who don't follow the rules?
Fuck joblessness.
Maybe.
I know which team I'd rather be on, Andrew.
Me too.
Yours.
Ever been barred from a pub?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm quite well behaved. I fall asleep in there.
Right.
But they'll more take pity.
I've never
on
really
me than bar
seen
me.
you go into a sleepy mode. You do lie, or actually, you do lie down.
I lie down a lot.
Immediately. It's kind of annoying. There's a pub where our old local, we'd sit outside and the benches were the tables were quite high up. And Charlie would always just lie down. So often I'd just be talking to, it looked like I was speaking to no one.
I know exactly what you mean, mate.
I looked insane. And I couldn't see him. I'd just be talking to a fucking bench and he'd be underneath the table.
Yeah, I like to rest, Andrew. It's a very stressful, long life, this. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me have a fucking breather.
And we got another question from Brian Queer. If you could build your dream pub, what would you have in it? Right, you got 4 drafts.
Juice. One of them's just unidentified juice.
To be fair, like juice out of a tap.
Unidentified tap juice is fucking fine.
Unidentified tap juice.
Yes.
Just like the dregs of the hose.
Well, no, the kind of the fruit of the loin.
Right. You can say any words, really,
the fruit, the most amazing fruit, but you have no idea what it is. But it's not dodgy. It could be guava.
Second.
Johnson.
Third.
Lager.
Fourth.
Water, please.
Okay, so that's unidentified tap juice, Johnson, lager, and water. 4 spirits. 1.
My dead grandpa.
Second.
Your dead mate.
Third.
Vodka.
Fourth.
Kind of a fusion of cinnamon and gin.
So we've got your dead grandpa, my dead mate, vodka, and a fusion of cinnamon and gin. What style? Is there like a pool table, darts boards, etc.? What's the style of your pub?
It will be in a kind of, you know those exhibitions where they recreate a kind of old person's house and there's sort of waxworks in the bed that they kind of like might like pop up. It's not like haunted house, but it's kind of it's like Vincent van Gogh's house, and you've got like little people in the beds like.
Yeah. I kind of know what you mean, yeah. I genuinely know.
We'll put a picture.
I think I've been there.
Any sense, but like a
recreated living room,
a recreated living
with
room
actual wax figures,
with wax figures who do move, but very animatronically. That's just like
like a Chuck E. Cheese, but for
who's that?
I only know it through telly, but it's like an American place where kids go to play, and there's like a mouse. It's moves.
That style.
Yeah,
it's a recreated house, and it's full of juice and spirits of our dead mates.
Which seems like a wonderful time to license our way up to Peace's pasture. The pasture is lovely.
Covered in beer, I guess.
Covered in beer. All the plants are drunk. But lovely drunk.
But they're wine drunk.
They're wine. Oh, is that lovely drunk?
I think so. It's like kind of like it's bottom. No, but it's that they're really letting it out.
They're really It's like middle-aged women come round to the house for a spot of wine.
Let loose.
Let loose and have fun. And as ever, we're going to finish this episode with some pieces about the topic of the week, which is pubs. This is my piece. It's called Pubs. Afternoon, mate. What can I get you?
I'll have a pint of piss, please.
That's horrible. We don't serve that here.
Well, they serve it at the pub down the road.
But, sir, that's not a pub. That's a public toilet.
Not again!
And there you go. An important topic about an important piece.
I don't have a
Doesn't
piece.
make sense. What have we learned this week, Charlie?
We've learned that pubs are brilliant and that really we'd be fucked without them. I think we'd be broadly fucked without them. Stacy is what keeps this country going, and shout out her and her deceased boss.
Yeah.
And also
quite an aggressive episode about, dead family or friends.
I think pubs and death do go hand in hand. You go to the pub after a funeral, there's something to it.
Yep.
And also, I've learned that Wingdings is a viable alternative as a font for the nation. We should put it on our road signs. We should put it in the fucking underground. What have you learned this week, Andrew?
I've learned that the Victorians will never truly keep our erections down, no matter how hard they try. I think we should go back to secluded toilet and private areas and just let people do what they want in there. I've learned that pubs come from a long, long lineage of history and have caused us to have some of the most important and lovely moments with all of our friends that we'll ever have. And they're important.
They are important.
Love you, Charlie.
Love you too.
See you next week.
It's Henry and Charlie investigate. They're gonna find the truth and tell you straight. They're exploring themselves and the universe. Henry's spoiled, Charlie's even worse. The meaning of life, they're gonna find out. So sit back and listen, you big trout. That's it up from me anyway. What the bloody hell? They're investigating today.